Well, hello everybody, and welcome back. I hope my microphone is picking everything up. I've kind of messed around with a bunch of settings, so hopefully it's all audible. But anyway, we're back, and I'm playing some Borderlands 3 today. I'm not a huge FPS fan, certainly not as much as I used to be. But I do like the occasional first-person shooter, and even though I can appreciate a single-player first-person campaign, I haven't come across one that's been, as exciting as, let's say Halo Combat Evolved, or, what's another good one? Well, I mean, there's lots of them out there. I don't need to name examples necessarily. But I tend to prefer online competitive or cooperative first-person shooters. I just think it adds something to the experience. And, well, let's just say that also I've been conditioned by the industry to, expect an online experience to go along with my first-person shooters. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of a convention of how things have worked out. Anyway, I guess this is some kind of like Halloween theme. I just picked this up today, just a few hours ago actually. And let's see, it's November 22nd. I think this came out, did it come out in October or September? I can't really remember now. But this game's been out for a while. Obviously I didn't play it at launch, so it's not that important to me. Let's crack that beer open. But I like Borderlands. Well, I didn't play the first one at all. It just didn't grab my attention enough. I'm not even sure that I knew it was a first-person shooter. But for whatever reason, Borderlands 2 did get my attention. And I think actually that was from, things like IGN and GameSpot. GameSpot. It's hard to believe it, but back then I did used to, frequent those sites and listen to them, and God, I wouldn't be caught dead watching an IGN review nowadays. But the way I seem to remember it anyway is back then this game was getting a lot of positive reviews, and I was like, sure, what the heck, I'll take a chance on it. I feel like I was a lot more likely to just play a game back then as opposed to now, where I think you know so much about a game that it's almost like unheard of to not, if you're following the industry fairly closely the way I am, it's hard to be surprised by games. And it's a welcome surprise when you can. But anyway, I was surprised by Borderlands 2. I had no prior experience with the game, and I bought it and started playing it offline. Well, not offline, but just solo. Remember, the PS3 was a time when people were still kind of getting used to online games. Like when I've talked about this before with like Demon's Souls and Dark Souls, where like I didn't always even have my console connected to the internet. Whereas now I wouldn't dream even of turning my PS3 on and not having it connected. Like I just play it online. And certainly my PS4, of course you want to be online. So anyway, I bought Borderlands 2. I enjoyed it. Some of the characters did kind of eventually rub me the wrong way, but I think for the most part, even Claptrap, who's kind of annoying, when you first meet him, you gotta love the voice acting, at least. I mean, they're going 100%, and it's kind of a little too in your face, especially later, but at first I kind of appreciate that, you know. Other than that, it's a pretty generic shooter. In fact, I replayed the Handsome Collection recently, so I thought I was going to get all up into Borderlands 2 again, and I was like, ooh, this does not hold up very well. I've heard good to mixed things about this game, but I don't think it can disappoint me too much because I honestly don't really care too much for Borderlands. You know, it's not like a piece of my heart or anything. To me, it's just an entertaining game that I think was pretty solid. The co-op certainly helped. I didn't play too much in co-op, but a fair amount, you know, and I found that entertaining. I do remember that it was one of the first games that made me like really take like online co-op seriously, because you can really do the whole game, and it's pretty impressive that you can just jump in and out of co-op like that. So even though it's not really a feature I look for necessarily, or at least certainly wasn't back then, now I'm a lot more open to it. Now I would say that it was a trendsetter at its time for what it let you do. Anyway, all that out of the way, I guess, you know, this is like a first impressions, I guess. I'm not really trying to review the game. I mostly bought it because I have a couple of friends who are actually interested in playing this game online. So I'm looking forward to doing that because I haven't really had a squad of friends, like, you know, real life friends to play an online game with for a long time. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think even as a standalone buy, I would think that this would satisfy me, you know. I bought it on sale, so it was only like $45. But yeah, I've heard good things, so I think we'll just get into it and play a little bit of the campaign. Every bit of loot you find is dropped for you and unique to you, and so your teammates can't take your loot. Classic Borderlands rules discuss who gets loot ahead of time or don't. Just vacuum all that loot and deny it existed in the first place. Huh, was that an option in the first, or in the second game? Well, I guess I'll just keep it. It says this is classic, so I'll just whatever.
So, you want to hear a story, huh? A tale of adventure across the stars. Come, listen to old Marcus. Have I got a story for you? My tale begins here, on this backwater planet called Pandora. Some say it is a wasteland of greed and violence, and it is. But if you've got skills to pay the bills, Pandora is full of opportunity. Vault Hunters. They brave the merciless borderlands in search of secret alien treasure. My father told me tales of vault hunting when I was but a little Marcus boy. And now, I tell you. So, you ask, what treasures do the vaults hide? Fame, wealth, power. Or maybe nonsense like charity or family. I don't know, use your imagination. Whatever the prize, a Vault Hunter must have the determination to seize victory from the jealous hands of fate. Now, my story is about a very special band of Vault Hunters who have only just started their journey. They are bold and hungry. Maybe old Marcus tells you this story because they remind me of you. Just a little, don't let it go to your head. These new Vault Hunters are answering a siren's call. Her name is Lilith, and she is a hero, savior of Pandora a dozen times over. Lilith is recruiting a team to hunt for a map. A map that leads to vaults all over the galaxy. But she is not the only one. Dark forces have gripped the borderlands. A new threat, unlike anything the galaxy has seen before. My story begins right here on Pandora, with our new Vault Hunters, their siren leader, and, most importantly, me.
Probably should have just started with this, right? Oh, that's funny. I thought that was actually an agreement.
A locked gate? No! This can't be happening! The entire mission is ruined! Think, Claptrap, think! You're brave and powerful, and people always do what you tell them to! That's it! Recruit, get that gate open! That's an order from your superior officer!
Movement's still a little weird.
Best recruit ever!
That's something I was noticing when I was replaying 2 from the Handsome collection, is that the movement is strange in this game. But,
Jump, recruit!
you know, I have that issue with a lot of games, so maybe it's just me. Jump?
The propaganda center is up ahead. Those cultists have been killing Crimson Raiders left and right. They totally suck skag balls. But I've got a foolproof plan to kick their culty asses. I hit a weapons cache nearby. Stay quiet and follow my every move. It's stealth time.
So stupid.
Perfect.
Okay.
Once we complete our mission, let us
I mean, it's not for everybody.
Super General. Get back!
You did say stealth, right?
Relax. On Pandora, it's actually super weird if something's not exploding. Now take your gun, recruit. You're gonna need it. These guns, like myself, aren't beholden to their primary function. I can dance and sing. And some guns now include an alternate shooting mode. Try it out. Follow me, recruit.
What's the alternate mode? Well, R2 fires.
Wait here. I'll talk my way in, become their king, and then you'll surprise slaughter them in cold blood. Watch and learn, recruit. Hello? Anyone there?
This is Sam, holy influencer of the children of the vault. What do you want, Crampot?
Hello, bloodthirsty maniac. It is I, Claptrap, Slayer of the Destroyer, and Super General of the Crimson Raiders. We have you completely surrounded. Open the gates now, and perhaps I will be merciful.
Yeah. Let me think about that.
They might call themselves Children of the Vault, but they're still bandits, and bandits are incredibly stupid.
Okay, we're going to surrender. Please don't kill us, Crampot.
That's what I thought. Open the doors immediately for your new king.
Easy. I'm coming out. Just wait right there.
We did it! I did it! Another victory for the Crimson Raiders! Hey, I feel funny. What's happening to me? Ah! Ah! Ow!
Yeah, floaty aim, floaty aim, floaty aim. Oh, my reticle's so weird. Why is it so weird? Okay.
This could save your life! Then you will be a life debt!
The bolts are ours! I'm doing what I... Look what I made!
Found the melee. Dare. Please finish reloading. Okay. I'm already like. Okay, I was not expecting the shooting to feel quite so much like Borderlands 2. It's not a compliment, by the way. What? Where is you?
I know Claptrap can be a little claptrap, but he's still one of us. We're gonna have to save him. I'll be there soon.
Okay, I don't love this recast of Lilith. It's feels a little not so good.
Heal your wounds, recruit!
I am not a damn child!
Running out of ammo. Whoop. There they are.
You'll remember my name!
Put these bullets into the bad guys! That's a direct order!
The range on the melee is very forgiving. Very forgiving.
I am the spirit of the twin god! Oh, the great bolt! It's beautiful!
Recruit,
think-
there's no way your supple and delicate body can survive a showdown with Shiv unprotected! Look around for a shield!
Just realized I haven't been picking up anything. There we go. There's some stuff. I don't know what that was. This is kind of when I wish, like, I would just get, like, a tutorial, so I would just know the mechanics before I'm having to do them, like, in a story setting. Search for
There might be a
shield.
shield in that special red chest over there!
Okay.
Huntsaw gathering dust in the dust! Want to eat every single day? Then join the children of now accepting new acolytes! Eternal salvation is only a walk away! Will you be there?
You got a shield! Now you're invincible! Not really.
What is this?
Just might eat Shiv.
Oh, why is the UI...
Now let's get you in there, recruit! Hey, Shiv! All your dumb friends are dead! I challenge you to a trial by combat! But because I'm certain this nugget, my world champion shall vanquish you.
Okay. Let's get into some calibrate display. No, safe area. Oh wait.
I stand.
Okay, I think that's a little bit better. That was a big problem in Borderlands 2, I noticed, was that... And this is an issue that I have with first-person shooters in general, is just that, like, your lack of peripheral vision. It's really hard to compensate for that, especially on consoles. You know, on PC you have options, including multiple monitors, but on consoles you're really limited on what you can do. But even so, I'm still surprised that nobody has ever attempted to implement at least some kind of like look mode. And then I also noticed that on consoles, first-person shooters in general like just have a lot of sway. Now I've noticed something about this game. Let's look at it here. Like in Borderlands 2, I noticed something really annoying, which was that your weapon sway was ridiculous. Like, you would just be standing still without touching the controller, and your aim would just be all over the place. Clearly, they've seen to fix that here. Although it's still kind of a... like an RNG thing with where your bullets are going to go within the reticle. Actually, let's look at that. Tutorials, reticle position centered. Oh, lowered. It's not what I wanted. Although, yeah, I generally want it centered, but I just wish I could make it smaller. It's kind of hard to believe that, like, Battlefield 4 lets you do so many things to the reticle in that game to give yourself more information. And now games come out and pretend like that never happened. It's so weird.
I fight for the Twin God.
Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, hello. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm pushing the wrong buttons again because I've been playing other games. God damn it. I swear I'm trying to stay on that fucking platform. I just want to see what's up there.
It's a KIA.
Okay, action skills unlocked. Okay, so this is... Maybe I should turn the tutorial off. You leveled up. Leveling up permanently increases your health. It also immediately gives you full health and shields. Most important, you've unlocked your action skills. You have 3 action skills to choose from. View and equip your skills by pressing pad and navigating to the skills screen.
I'm the knife-wielding maniac. Super dead.
Score 1 for the Crimson Raiders. You and Claptrap secure the area. I'm on my way.
Okay, so let's get into it. Children of the Vault. Map. Zoom out can be used to view information about the current surroundings. Any relevant points of interest in the new area? Let's skip the tutorial. I think I can figure out a map. Or maybe not. This already looks very complicated. Never mind. Oh my god. I've just been playing Control, and in that game you can't do anything with the map. So I really appreciate this actual information. Yeah, inventory. Come on. That's kind of loud. Okay, so that was kind of in Borderlands 2, where like your first skill point is basically just buying into the class, right? But in all this fucking mess, it's so hard to tell. Jeez, like, what is the cost of that skill? I guess I don't know. It's very weird. Okay. Yeah, just seems like unnecessarily confusing. Locked until end of story. Return after completing all the story missions for more rewards. Guardian rank. Okay, wow. End game already. Events, Bloody Harvest. Okay, so there's already been like DLC and shit. Okay. Sure, fair enough.
Recruit, are you dead? If not, get me down! The controls are on the second floor!
What am I missing here? Shotgun looks familiar. Of course, I'm always, constantly bemoaning the fact that, like, games just cannot seem to... Alright. Okay, let me look around, game. God. I just bought you. I own you. But yeah, it's always an issue with me that games have still, like, so many different control schemes that jumping between games is still always an issue. But I guess that is kind of a first world problem. But yeah, just been playing Control, and so I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. And also, like, little things like the movement or just feel different, you know. Wait. Oh. What is? What is?
Hello, recruits? Did you abandon the Crimson Raiders? If not, find the magnet controls.
Just feels a little off.
You see that I'm fast? Ooh.
Hmm? Good? What? Where'd he go? Is he down? Oh, revive Claptrap. Okay. Wait. Guess I'll take the safe route. Yeah, it's funny, whereas like a lot of games recently that I've been playing seem to feel to have like stiff horizontal rotation, this game seems to have a little too much. So I have to play with that. Hold.
Wow! I did it! I single-handedly took on the COV and sent them packing. Now all that's left is to signal Lilith that the mission is complete.
So,
Lilith, I can safely report that Operation Trojan Claptrap was a complete success. I did it all by myself.
I'll bet. Well, the cult's destroyed every other Crimson Raider stronghold, so this'll have to do for now. So what's your name, killer?
Mose. And you're the voice in my head, right?
Yeah, about that. Not the weirdest thing you're gonna see on Pandora. But seriously, thanks for answering my call. We might not have the numbers, but with a badass like you, we've got a fighting chance. Welcome to the Crimson Raiders. Pandora's a dangerous place. That grenade mod will come in handy. You should equip it before we get started. Let me know when you're ready.
Well, let me say that Lilith sounds really weird, even as, like, not someone who's a huge fan of Borderlands. Like, I can definitely tell that it's a different actress right away. And I'm sure she's doing her best, but it doesn't sound like Lilith. I guess. All right. You know what? I think that's pretty good for an introduction to the game. I wasn't really trying to, like, you know, do too much. This is what Borderlands 3 starts out as, and kind of what I thought about the game going into it. So that's about it. Thanks to everyone for joining me, and I'll see you later. Bye.